Hey guys, Dr. Dunaway here with Chiro Strength. Moving forward with the video series from the blog, A Traveler's Guide to Fitness and Being Pain-Free. One of the things I told you to pack was a band right here. So this band is really good at going around the knees, around the shoulders, and getting a lot of good muscle activation to support the joints that usually get painful and stiff with a lot of travel. So specifically riding in a car, the upper trap and neck and low back usually getting stiff, hips getting stiff. I'm going to show you a few things to do to wake up the glutes so that low back stiffness and the hip stiffness kind of go away, and you can kind of carry that over to the same thing with the hands here. So the first thing we're going to do is a simple glute bridge. I'm going to wrap this around my knees, lay down on the ground. I'm going to make sure my neck's not jutting out like this, so good alignment with the neck. And then I'm going to pretend like someone's going to punch me in the stomach and get nice and tight to the core. I'm going to lift up the pelvis right here. And as I lift up, notice, I'm going to kind of put my arms like this so you can see. Notice I don't round my hip up like this and keep my back on the table. As my pelvis comes off the table, the back comes off with it. And I'm not overextending here. I'm going to push up. The band's trying to pull my knees this way. I'm pushing out. And I'm simply going to breathe. I'm going to sit here for 10 to 30 seconds and then slowly come back down. If that's easy, I can make it a little more difficult by squeezing, staying nice and tight, marching. And so now I'm really requiring this glute to fire, and I'm using a lot of good core contraction to prevent myself from twisting. And if I want to get a good hamstring stretch in there, I can come up and just extend my leg out and then back down. And now, really important to notice, if you're getting hamstring tension, just make sure those heels aren't too far away from the butt. The further away they are from the butt, the more hamstring you'll use. The closer they are to the butt, the more glutes you'll use. Make sure you're pushing through the heels and you're not on the balls of your feet. Now, from the same position, you stand up, you get in this position that looks like riding a horse would be, or what I call a linebacker stance. And all you're going to do is keep the knees wide, sideways step. Take 10 steps this way, 10 steps this way, and then you're going to do 10 steps forward. Pretend like you're walking on train tracks, keeping all momentum out of it. Toes are pointing straight forward. And those three things are a great way. At the end of the day, once you're a little stiff and sore, you do a little bit of stretching. Add this in on the back end, and it will really help kind of reset that system. So when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to go, and you don't accumulate a lot of stress in the back. Now, to see the whole blog, I've linked it in the description below. You can kind of see the context of all the other options I've told you to kind of pack and travel with. And if you have any questions, leave comments below. You can always get a hold of me on drdunaway@chirostrength.com. That's the email. And like I always say, don't just mend, transcend. Thanks, guys.